Hello. Happy patch update day. Happy Tuesday. Happy Pride Month. Anything else? Happy evenings.
Yeah.
It is the Tuesday stream, Jam stream. I'm joined by Kareem and for the first time ever, Emily.
Hello.
Emily, what do you do here at
I'm a systems designer, so I do a lot of stuff on the Dreamiverse.
Nice. Thank you very much for all of that.
Yeah.
So,
exciting.
We announced our update today. We're going to get straight into it. And we're going to run through everything that you'll see when it releases on Thursday, including like the new kit, which Kareem's going to do something quite nice with us for at the end of the stream, and all that. So if you've got any questions, let us know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover off before, but I don't think so. So we're going to get straight into it. So, I've not pressed the right button. Now I've pressed the right button. Cool. So, Dreamiverse. The first thing is this: what's new? And then what happens if we click on there, Emily?
So if you click on the What's New button, you get a little array of everything that's in Update 1, kind of content-wise, plus a couple of extra little bits. So maybe if we start at the back, there's a few of these kind of have you tried. So we know that we've got creators who possibly haven't tried our masterclasses. We've got an awesome masterclass from Kareem, an awesome masterclass from Mark. So this is kind of highlighting some stuff that you may not have seen. Particularly, actually, if you just pop out as well, is the gameplay template. So we know we've got a lot of players, and we know that they may be slightly shy about getting involved in, or a little bit confused, or, there's quite a lot to kind of take on initially.
Yeah.
So these templates are a perfect starting place if you have a particular game you want to make. And so this is a way of highlighting all of the awesomeness. Wow. You'll see as well there's a little imp quest that's associated with that, which is essentially how to unlock that imp quest is that you need to get into kind of designing game stuff. So it's for creators, but in case there's any players out there who want to get involved on the creation side, this is a great place to start if they have a particular idea they want to kind of flesh out.
We had our community creation streams have been full of rolling ball games the past couple of weeks, so I think people have been using that quite a lot. And I like Leon. I think Leon's my favourite. That's the name of the imp. We've named these imps, haven't we?
We've named these imps.
Yeah, so I like that name.
And we have the tutorials as well.
Yes. So again, unless you've kind of gone through the start dreaming or you've gone to dream shaping, you might not know the scope of tutorials that we've got. And actually, we've got a really good range for tutorials for all levels of skill. And this is a really nice way just to kind of highlight them and let people know what's out there, and maybe tempt a few people to get into creation, even if they've never tried it before. One of my favourites is the painting by numbers art tutorial.
Which is this one here.
Which is just awesome, and you just go in and you can just make something really beautiful, really easily, and it's just a pleasure to use. So I think it's great just to kind of highlight the variety.
Yeah.
Actually, the character one is really.
I love the character one.
Is a favourite as well. It's awesome. It's really funny.
So they're not technically new stuff. That's just us sort of being like, literally what it says.
Have you tried? Yeah.
And then moving on to the new stuff.
Yes.
Welcome to the Dreamiverse.
Oh, well, Welcome to the Dreamiverse is actually still a have you tried.
Oh, it's still technically.
It isn't technically a have you tried, but we have added the level 0 in so that people can replay it, because it is an awesome level.
It's
very
really
nice.
Especially, I think it's useful if you have someone new visiting and you want to show them what is Dream and you want to give them the wrapper. It's a shame that it only plays the first time you ever played, and you can never show it to your guests or friends or something like that. So it's a good thing to be able to access. It gives a nice introduction to the fantasy of Dream.
Yeah. It's really cool.
So that's now in there. And I think you'll be able to get to that in the showcase. I think that's where it's saved, with the gallery and stuff.
Yeah.
And then people have spotted the new imps.
New imps,
which is very exciting.
So these imp quests are all associated with the different personas in the game. And you can unlock these imps either by having your main persona as art, audio, curate, animate, design, I can't remember the other ones. Play and curate.
Curate,
yes.
Nice.
Ta-da. But you can also unlock them by having a sub-persona of that type. And essentially, the way that you unlock a sub-persona is to spend a lot more time doing a particular thing. So normally, if you're an artist, if you wanted to unlock Marvin for audio, you could spend a lot more time tinkering around with the audio tools, and you'll see on your sub-persona that you're suddenly spending a lot more time than you are doing art, and that means that at that point, you will unlock audio as a sub-persona, and then you'll unlock Marvin, which is nice.
Excellent.
Yeah, I love Archie.
It's a nice,
Archie's great.
nice temptation to sort of see all the other tools that are not necessarily your first love.
Exactly. I think it's a way of encouraging people to explore and experiment and, have a bit of a more of a play with the full scope of Dreams, because it is just awesome.
Oh my God, they're yawning. They're so
yeah, they're super cute. Yeah.
People in the chat have noticed that. So everyone knows Costa from MM.
Oh yes.
And one of our imps is Costa, and people saying, why is it not a pom? Because our Costa does love poms.
He does love
So
poms,
people are shouting out, everyone should make Costa a pom in Dreams. Just send me your poms, and then we'll have a whole stream of pom stuff.
I think
that would be great.
Yeah.
Costa's watching now, and I bet he's getting very excited. So definitely go in there and unlock the everyone.
And how much do you need to delve into one of the areas before you get the imp?
So basically, with these sub-creators, I think we measure about 10 hours worth of activity. So if normally you do a lot of hours in art, you just need to make sure you spend the majority of your time doing audio, or more time than you would normally do in art, to unlock the audio sub-persona.
I see.
Essentially.
Someone's asked, do these unlock retroactively if you've spent a lot of time and had those sub-personas? Are we not sure we can? Yeah.
Yes.
We'll definitely have a look into that and answer your question.
I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure they do.
For those people tuning in, someone's just asked, all this will be available on Thursday when we release. I'll have exact timings. There will be some slight server maintenance as well, so you won't be able to access like online Dreams, but we'll let you know on Twitter. It'll only be for a short while we get it all ready. And then when you come in, all brand spanking new, and you'll be able to go and have fun and get back to what you were doing. So I have a lot of love for Archie in the chat as well.
How many new imps do we have?
So I think there is 7 new imps,
brilliant.
because we've also got the Nice to Meet You imp, who was a little guest in the beta and then disappeared, and now is back.
She's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm so excited, my voice broke.
Lucy the cutie.
Nice.
Brilliant.
Excellent. And then next we'll go over our, because that'll be going to showcase those.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
So into the MM arcade. Now, everyone knows Comic Sans from Train Jam, but we have Combo Crush. Right. Now, Combo Crush is hard. It's a challenging game. So it's another coin game. I'm going to give it a go.
Okay.
Because we discussed just before we went live. Kareem, as we all know, Kareem is not. He can't play.
So
You can create something beautiful within a matter of minutes, and
not play.
And Emily is the same. You've not yet tried. So
So
she's a proper gamer though, but like I think this is not the
this is not the game for me.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So I'm going to give it a go, and then everyone will probably laugh at me.
You've probably been practicing loads.
Yeah, right?
Let's see.
So the idea is to pick up the coins.
Yes, this is really hard.
And, right, so there's 100, right? But you get a time limit as you pick them up, and you've got to collect them all at once. And I'm probably going, okay.
You have to...
Oh, you're doing pretty well.
Okay, I'm doing it. Oh, no, I've missed one. Oh, that's the...
Oh, do you have to get them all?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, I'm doing this.
That's...
Okay.
This is awesome.
I'm going.
I think you're amazing.
No, I missed!
You've still got it.
Got it. Oh!
Oh,
Okay,
man.
Oh, my God. I'm sweating.
Ah, the light. Okay.
Yeah. So the little. So
Is that
do?
Pete one?
Oh, yeah, it's another. Oh! Okay, save that. Look at that. That was good, isn't it?
Yeah, you meant to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm sure the chat is providing me with loads of goodwill, but I can't look right now because I'm focused.
I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. I've never had a run like this.
I am amazed.
I did
Look at me go.
actually have a little go.
Can I do it? Oh no. As we all know, I've already been hit once. As I'm doing it.
This is close, yeah. You're doing an amazing
Okay,
job.
oh no, is there any more that way? No.
No, I think you've
I've
got them all.
wasted some.
Now just
You
the
have
middle
to
one.
finish.
Oh, there we go. I ran
Did
out
you
of time.
miss
I
it?
think
Oh
I ran
my
out of time.
goodness.
It's very fast.
Oh, that is hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ran out of time. Oh!
So you're meant to collect all the bits before the time
Runs out.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah, yeah,
God! Wow.
I noticed you didn't like that.
No, I didn't. Should we give it?
I think you should
there
give
we
it a
go.
thumbs
One
up.
like, first official like.
First official like.
I think you did great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. So that's Combo Crash. So you'll be able to try that being the MM Arcade along with Comic Sans and
Yes. So
also what's
yes.
this?
Oh yes. So
Yeah.
these, I'm super excited about these. These are the Creative Inquests, and these are a new way to get you to practice and explore again the different kind of things that we're putting together. So we've used the Combo Crush scene for this particular one to create a creative imp quest, which gets you to use the elements and things from the Combo Crush starter kit and to create your own Combo Crush game and
nice.
then to publish it. So these are really fun. They're ways of unlocking extra little characters. And the way that I think about them, they're very much complementary to the tutorial. So if you think about if you ever learn anything like from a book or from a video or whatever, normally there's like the little questions at the end to kind of test your knowledge and things. So these are much more like they're very short, sharp, you know, get involved, enjoy some creativity, publish it to the world, and go and find out what other people have been up to. So it's a gentle way in to again into creating and get you doing fun things, because I think that's one of the hardest things with creativity is that very often you're just looking at a blank page and you're like, well, I've learned some things now, what am I going to apply them on? So the templates, the creative inquests, all of these things are there to help you try and give you some form and structure to help you pass those early hurdles in your creativity.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's brilliant. And do you get something? I see something in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Character.
so you get Cuthbert from doing the Combo
okay.
Crush one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nice.
and he's really cool. And then actually, if you go to the other ones, because
To
there
the-
are more, they're
well, we-
creative
oh, the
inquests
inquests,
over
there we
here.
are.
There are more creative
More characters.
inquests.
Nice.
And there's loads of five characters in total that we're giving away with these, and each of those, the first three little characters have like special attack moves. They're really
nice.
fun, really creative.
Russ, Sophia, and Honey.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, honey.
and they're super cool.
They're the full
they're very
family
different.
of the-
yeah. Pete put those together, and
Oh,
they're really
great.
awesome.
Great.
That's him saying sorry for making Combo Crush so hard is for giving you these lovely characters.
Yes, yes, exactly. And actually, you know, you can do a version which is, you know, maybe like less hard, perhaps, or harder.
Oh
Who
yeah, if you
knows?
want to make it really brutal. Yeah.
If you really
Yeah.
want the hard game.
So there's a load of new creative inquests. Combo Crush. Someone else just joined. This is our first big update we announced today. Available on Thursday. To Dreams. New games, new content to make stuff with, which Cream will demo. Creative inquests, bits and pieces that you'll be able to all see. There's some other bits that we can't really demo now because it's sort of more overall Dream stuff. So I've got a list. Let me just go through, make sure. There's more when you're creating the more info, you can now delay options.
Yes, which is great. In the settings, go to the settings and you can speed it up or slow it down. I think that's going to be really useful because a lot of people aren't seeing the more info. So it's important that we've actually sped it up a little bit. But now if you know what you're doing and you're like, oh, that's enough, you can slow it down.
Yeah, nice. Cover pages get an update, so you can now, there's new additional color schemes in the cover page, like Create Flow. The option to publish a creation as listed or unlisted has been added to Publish Flow to make it more of an important part of publishing flow.
Yeah.
You're now able to block players, so if you're really not enjoying if you're not a fan of someone, you can block them. We'll release a load of patch notes as well, so you have a load more information on Thursday. And what else have we got here? There's some auto surf improvements, or added more options and functionality to the auto surf feature in Dream Surfing, as well as loads of bugs, fixes, and small iterations back based on feedback that you've all given us on User Voice, which is always appreciated. So thank you and keep doing that. Throughout early access, we'll be giving out more updates we're going to provide smaller updates between our bigger updates, like we did a couple of weeks ago when we improved search functionality and all sorts. So we'll always keep you informed on those, and they will be between our sort of big. This is update 1, so we will have more. It says Bore up there, which I believe is a sheep name. I think that's how we're code naming our updates. So if you're a sheep fan, it's Dreams.
Yeah,
of
so
course.
You've got to have sheep. Yeah.
I've just been sat there in the office being, sheep are fun.
Yeah. No, it's
that
Dreams.
makes so much
sheep.
sense.
Yeah.
So much sense.
Yeah.
Excellent. So that's.
Before you
go on, yes.
In the future, when we add more updates, you'll be able to switch between the different updates as well, which I think will be really useful. Because if you're not quite sure where to find things, or these are really easy way for you to get to places and access it.
I love this feature. I mean, it just gives you a glimpse into the different things you can do in Dream, and each one of those things you can find them elsewhere inside their collection or appropriate sort of area, but sometimes we felt you might miss it, you might not find it easy, so it's a very good place to go to. Fire up Dreams, go to what's new, you get a bit of everything, and when there'll be a lot of them to kind of go back in time, you could be like in year 2 and want to see that a masterclass from patch 3 so it will be a very nice way of traveling through Dream and finding things without getting lost. I'm very excited about it.
Kay Diami says the layout for the update section is so streamlined and aesthetically pleasing.
Oh, awesome.
So thank you very much. Thank you. So yeah, that will all be available on Thursday. Keep an eye on our social media for timings, for server maintenance. For that short period of time, you won't be able to connect online. You'll obviously still be able to create locally, and then we'll let you know when it's all good to go. And you can go in and do all of this and let me know how much quicker you play Combo Crush than me. Anyway,
I've not managed to complete it.
Maybe you can have a go on Thursday. Let me know. I can share some tips from that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe you could create a Combo Crush. And then I could play that and win it.
Yeah, let's do that. So also part of it is the new art kit made by the amazing Maya.
So good.
Maya did this amazing collection. I'll show you. We have also in the we can go into it and see some examples. So basically what it looks like is that, and in it you have a beautiful, stunning collection done by our own Maya, and Maya especially for me is a brilliant example of using the tools in a way that excites me personally, because Dream is very versatile and you can recreate visuals in it that look like a very cutting edge CG all the way to stylized stuff. This here is some of the levels that Maya put together using these elements to show you their scope and potential, and I will also just demo them a little bit. But this here is a collection that she did of we call it the ancient times. It's kind of Oriental Asian inspired style, but what's fantastic about that is that you can really feel the handmade feel, and Maya's doing a masterclass which is going to come out soon, which goes deeper into her techniques. I love that her work really shows off what I like about Dream, and what's really new is this ability to sort of feel and see every mark that the person has done. So this is one of the examples of the elements put together, and you can make all sorts of things with that look here. And then another from the same collection, there are sort of landscape elements. There are the same elements in a sort of summery flavor, all the way to the elements covered in snow, and that gives that flavor here. So you can use, and you can mix and match, obviously, to make your own fantasy. And this collection comes with 2 characters that Maya designed as well. One of them you get directly in the collection, and another you get in one of the imp creative challenges that Emily was going through. But here you can see as well, Maya assembled this snow vignette or scene to show an example of how they can be put together. And the last one here is another scene which has sort of ruins feel, or something like sort of a Stonehenge kind of vibe. And the little character is on top of it. It's a very rich collection. I'm going to show you quickly, in the time we have, some of the nuances as well of this collection here. So if I go to begin a scene, and again, like Emily was saying, we do all sorts of.
Oh, is it there?
Oh yeah, no, I needed to believe.
And we did Maya. There are a load of people showing love for Maya. She was going to come on stream, but she's super busy. All sorts going on, so I'll send all your love for her stuff. And so we asked her glamorous assistant Kareem to come and join us.
I am here to serve you, Maya. So here we go. So one of the things I really liked, and I was actually speaking to her earlier today, it's very nice that these collections, when you go through them, different artists still have different flavors when you use them, or different people. And I'm going to start by getting the character. I always like to drop one of the characters in there so we can just have a scale reference and sort of put the character in there. And the first thing, I just find the floor. There's a very nice sort of grassy type floor here. Now, one of the first things I want to tell you about our art assets is that we make sure to make them multi-purpose. So on the front, it looks like that, and on the back, it looks like that. So you can use a mixture of the two to get a nice variety real quick. And just, scaling. I have the upright guide on to make my floor a little flat. So just playing with the different scale and rotation already is giving you some variety like that. I think one of the things, I'm going to switch off this.
That's so cool. I hadn't realised that. Yeah, you literally just had to flip it, and you
get another piece.
Yeah,
in
that's
fact,
awesome.
That actually took some time, because when we design a scene in our games, for example, we only serve the case that the scene is serving. But when you make an art kit, we wanted to ensure that we try to make them a little bit more versatile and things that work close up and far from a distance. So, for example, another example here, a piece that is very cool is this piece here.
So much, isn't it?
So look, this piece from the front looks like that, but from the back looks like
wow.
that.
Oh, cool.
So from the back,
That's amazing.
I can
awesome.
again use this bit to make a path, while we use the front bit and see to make the path sort of have an irregular silhouette. I just sort of intersecting it with the bit of grass that we had on the side, and you just copy them. You can flip it as well. And of course we have the tinting tools if you want to vary it. So now I don't need this bit, I just used it as a guide. So
cool.
First, so very quickly, you've got like a pathway, and you get yourself a starting point piece of land. Now the next pieces that are really sweet are rock formations. There are things like that where you place the rocks, again, sort of one big one, small one. You have individual rocks that you can place, make your own compositions.
That's so cool.
It's really, and very quickly, but because, you know, the pieces as well, I'll show you one of my favorite pieces actually is a very, the simplest shapes are always very, very successful, like this sort of thing. Because you can get like a big piece and then combine it with another one like that, and you start having a new piece that wasn't designed by the testament to the engine's ability to cope with multiple scale and stuff. Then another one, the bit I love this one. So this one here is a very rich one because again, from this side it looks like that. That's another look. Here is another one.
Oh, yeah.
And I will turn the upright for that one to do some architectural piece. Put it on the side.
It's funny, it makes you want to just get all of the pieces out and look at all of them from every angle.
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
think,
See what's
"Oh,
hidden."
What's this one got?
See what's it? And you know, you can go, for example, I like this side. I'm going to
even the
make it
side.
small like that, and then sort of make a module that looks like that, for example. And you have, or get my even to make it even tighter. They all work with the grid, so you can be very, if you want to do something like ICO-esque, they are very good for that style. And I find it really exciting to unravel some of these elements and make new elements out of them. So here I am sort of looking at the different sides. Take that, for example. Then, so just one piece like that, and then you find yourself with a sort of side or a bit of a temple starting to appear. And then we take it maybe and group this and sort of take that. Now I have a new piece and flip it. You have the other side,
nice.
the other entrance.
Awesome.
So good how it all just comes. So good. And everything that Kareem's using here is just all in the kit. You've not created anything from scratch.
Yeah, it's just very interesting as well to see that you can have your own mark or your own stamp still using the pre-made assets. You can have an entrance like that, get your sort of archway, and then there is some steps, I think, very cool ones here. Place them. There's another piece, sort of round one.
Oh, I love that piece. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a beautiful one, and you know you can sort of go to and then you want to try what you've done so far, so you go inside, see what you have, look around.
It's always amazing how different it looks from the character perspective.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really cool just to see it.
That's one of the things that we learned in LBP to go rapidly between playing and creating. Just is the best way to get your level design skills going, because you could be working from a sort of aesthetic angle, and then as soon as you possess the character, you find that, hold on, this is too big or this is too small, and you know, you find like little elements like these bushes here where you can then add moss to the structures and make them irregular. So it's different from the one on this other side, gives it a nice touch, and very quickly, you know, it's nothing is harder than what you're seeing here. You're literally placing and composing and going around with very beautiful pieces that give you a nice result. But you can also make your own completely new pieces from those as well. Like, for example, here I found this piece turn the grid on, and I will make a sort of. No, it wasn't that one. It was. Where is it? I will find you. That one. It's a very simple sort of tile, floor tile, and I found that one, and I sort of really liked it because you can, you just make a panel of floors, and that could be the extent of your use of it, or you can sort of use it as well as a decorative architectural motif. Like I sort of found that the side of it combined with the front of it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Starts giving you. I can tighten the grid a little, so you can do something like that, and then tilt a bit on. So that's, for example, something that is totally not the like Maya style that you've seen, the beautiful freehand illustrative styles that came out of it are not necessarily that style. That's more almost modern architectural looking thing, and that's the coolness, is that you can take something that was built, and then I group these things together, and I have sort of a very different sort of brutalist interior starting to appear here that isn't really the illustrative oriental flavor. It has some aspects of that, but so you can really go wild with your remixing as well. I want to then go back. We take this and turn it into a mysterious temple
from the future.
From the future.
Yeah, that's cool.
Someone in the chat says, "Can we just lend Kareem to the community for a day or two?" I mean, if Kareem's up for that, we can work something out. I'm sure. Or just come out to each and every one of you.
Yeah. We'd be very busy. Yeah.
No,
we'd miss you.
Honestly, I think you will have so much fun with this collection, whether you want to use them in sort of unraveling weird new styles, or if you want to do amazing illustrative, like there is some
I love that little roof down there. That one is so cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
You can make let's make like a little, like the huts and the villages that Maya had in hers. Like you find one of those, turn the Brian, we can sort of make some houses and and again, these are all two-sided, so they have interesting variation. This one,
I'm absolutely blown away by the genius of having them two-sided. It
I
hadn't occurred to me at all.
No.
And I was just like, oh my god, that's so clever.
It just really it makes it work on multi ways, and you find you just it almost lets you explore the assets as well. Like this one here, for example, is another magical one where you can make a whole Aztec facade. So if I use this side, looks like that. If I use that,
so good.
That wall, it sort of looks like this.
It's like a dice of different.
And then also don't forget, you can always change the scale.
Yeah.
And then do a small sort of repetitive motif, so you get a multi-scale value out of these things, and you can, if you flip it, you get a different look than if you have.
It's amazing.
So if I have two flipped ones like that and then repeat it on, so you're almost designing your own modules with these modules like that, and just the changing of scale all the way. So that's that side, and then this side here, make it large, very large even. So,
That's so
see
cool.
all that, and then if someone just arrived now, might think this is like a lot of pieces.
No, and not realise that it's just
One piece.
rotated.
One
It's
piece.
amazing.
Yeah, and so make sure to enjoy exploring the depth of these tools or these assets and what you can make out of them.
Because it's a really big pack as well, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff in
huge.
there. And I love the variety and the fact that, there is the winter scene, there's the kind of the summer scene.
Yeah,
It's
all with
really
the same
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like even Cream's now looks completely different
Yeah.
to what
Yeah.
Maya's done in her scene.
Yeah, and as soon as you're happy with like a module like that, for instance, and you go put the floor. So you designed yourself a facade using this one part. Then you go, okay, I like that one. I'm going to make that into an element now. So that's my new element, and I can group that, and that's a piece. This is a piece I forgot here. So that's a new piece now, and I can so collaging, and always remember the change of scale is a big deal, because sometimes you get something out of the box and you just treat it as I must use you in the scale you arrived, but once you just change the scale of it and you get strips and things, and if you start playing with lights, for example, in conjunction with these designs, there's one element here that has some embedded light in it.
Oh, cool.
So you can start putting your own lights like that, and I found that adding as well, you can. This has a glowing material inside it, so it already illuminates, but nothing stops you from adding your own extra light as well that you can give it. I found that if you pick one of those gobos, this one, and blur it, change it a bit, this kind of reddish color. Feels like
yeah, that's so cool, like a little dappled effect.
Yeah, so it feels like it's casting that light out of the lamp. So you can have a combo of using the assets from the collection as they come, and then you add your own flavors towards them, change them up, and such.
That looks great.
I'm so excited to see the variety of things that the community is going to make with it.
Yeah, it'll be again probably completely different to anything that we've expected.
Absolutely. I've seen sort of you can make almost mechanical things out of just this one element, and you find yourself taking another twist. I saw Maya presenting before, and she was doing like sort of steampunk. I think we intentionally didn't want the first collection to be of one particular type. It's celebrating the fantasy nature of it all, and letting you interpret. And if you want to do something that is sort of outdoor scene, or one of those lovely animation style villages, or if you want to go in and get really modular and with it, you can. And there is just it's endless the varieties. I find that you can also just pick one or two elements that you really like and make a whole space with them. There's some very nice foliage and trees. I put that one before. I really like that one.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, so and then lovely sort of bush-like formations, which you can also use to decorate and put your elements in. And before you know it, you've got your space. Then if you get you want to start changing the mood, like we showed in previous streams, using the sun and the great gadgets to change up the vibe completely. You can, like the painting by numbers that Emily liked in the tutorial.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a huge thing, because never forget that after you make something, you go to the coating tool and just start tinting. Literally, I pick one color like orange, like that, and that's it. And then I just like go a little bit here, a little bit there.
It's amazing how fast you can make changes. It's
Yeah.
the thing that blows my mind.
A little bit, and then you say, oh no, that's too much, sort of remove, reduce, add. So you just like, once you put the environment together that you like, you can further change it with all the customization features. But the more of the collection, just to give you. So we see here there is an endless amount, and there is the cool.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Sort of ruins of the dinosaur. And by the way, you can go in that group like that, and then you can take that bit on its own, or you can go in that group and take the bone vertebra on its own, and then just take that and make an alien style Giger environment out of that sort of thing.
Oh my goodness.
Sort of.
So there is actually a creative inquest that is related to dinosaur bones, and off the top of my head, I can't remember if it's this patch
Or like
a
one in the future, or one. Oh.
Yeah, so I'm like, but it's really cool.
Oh, nice.
And
Yeah, but
you
to be
get
honest,
to make a dinosaur.
the thing is, and one of the best things about Dream is that because we have the style range and everybody's sort of different styles are very apparent, you can release just bones and skeletons over and over and over and over. It's not as if like if someone did a science fiction film once, or that's it, end of it.
Yeah.
Especially in Dreams. I think in other software, you kind of, if you've seen one, that's it, on to the next thing. But in Dream, because of the unique human touch, you can do things with it that only you can do, and never again, sort of thing. Like these are here are shapes. I just took that one vertebra and it became this sort of Giger environment. So you can stick to the style, look at Maya's inspirations and sort of riff around them. Here are the ones, by the way, with the snow. So like so she's modeled some elements like that which don't have the snow on it, and some that do, so you can make your snow scene as well as the summery one. And here's like a cool sort of Christmas tree type. And they're super cool. Again, you can use them in mental ways or just as intended. I'm trying to show you sort of the two ends of the spectrum. But each part always is multi-use. Like this could be a picture frame as well as sort of the podium that we place, for example, in our scenes. Turn on the upright, have it.
What's your favourite bit of the creation process?
That's a good question.
I really like sort of the I like to look at things, then look at what has been done. I'm very, very inspired by seeing things that people have made, and that. But I also I like tinkering. Like I just very much my go-to place is that I really like this movement I will show you now. Like I like just to have a shape like that. One of the reasons I really liked the shape-oriented mentality in our tools is that it allows you to sort of just do that. I just something I really like about the act itself of making a mark and then sort of molding it, and I have nothing, literally nothing in mind as I'm talking, and hoping for the best. You kind of go and then you see, and I almost time travel. You make a decision and then you riff with it straight away. I did one cut and then okay, another one is needed now, and another one is needed. It's as simple as that. I really like to riff with the instant before and the instant before that, and that's it. That's my favorite part of the process. And then you kind of look at it and then you change into another being, like, okay, now I'm going to do what we were doing here now. This is more assembly, it's kind of like when you're doing your own house, what shall we put here, what shall we put there? So it's the interior designer within us. Putting things together, and then maybe you get inspired. That looks a bit like I found a piece that I don't only want to put one of it. I want to do many and sort of keep going until I think about the next thing. So some pieces make you keep using them. Yeah. Some other pieces make you just go plonk one tree and that's it.
Yeah.
I am definitely my place, and that's why I like the sculpture tools, is that it's more abstract for me. Like I just like marks, just basically just making shapes and colors and shapes and then if it turns into a piece of landscape, like this is turning into a landscape, great. If it turns into a character, and then you sort of quickly see a head appearing, and you go, okay, that's
insanely fast.
That's a character, and the lips. And then the bottom lips, and you start feeling, okay, that's a human, or that's the part of me that wants to do a character now.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But I think in this really, I'm very excited about the multi-use of them and what people might be able to unravel. Maya's done a terrific job in. Also, the pieces themselves, if you take them and you look at them and see the solutions as well, when you sort of because you can just tunnel into them and see what's going on. I think actually this one might have a little animation, maybe if we play time. Yeah, it does. So just like a little stroke with some animation on it, and it's just so cool. Maya's style is very much like she models her shapes and then she paints over them with these strokes, so you can see so you can go into the models and diagnose them. See, this is the model underneath and these are the strokes on top.
Wow.
And understand her process and her choices of color and stuff, and be inspired by that. But she's doing her own masterclass as well, which will go through some of those features.
There's a few people in the chat wondering how are the thermometers looking, because obviously you're just taking assets and popping them in. Should we have a
thermometer? Where is the thermometer? Yeah, see, it's quite cool still.
Yeah.
All that. And this is, by the way, you could max and fill this these thermometers, and that doesn't mean the end. You've reached the end. That is, we have you could max that graphics one, but for example, you could still take a piece that's already in the scene and go nuts with it, and that wouldn't add much to the quota at all.
Yeah.
While if you add sometimes a tiny detail, but that is unique, and that costs you more.
Yeah.
So you can develop a lot of techniques and within scenes like that, and expand them vastly without adding
Really
a centimeter to your thermometers. So there are a lot of skills, and our heroes of the techniques of people like John Eckersey and John Beach have a wealth of knowledge in techniques to do. I am actually very decadent. I
Surprised me.
Yeah, sadly, I maxed them out straight away.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Just keep adding. I can't help it.
And there's always the really useful sculpture detail tool as well, which
Yes.
is my favourite thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where you can see what's causing you the most.
This thing here, yeah.
So all of that is very
Yeah, it's
very
like
chill.
magic.
Yeah. You just give it a few things, knock them back, and you can start adding more and more and more and more. And of course, the ultimate video game trick is when you finish maxing out a level, make another level and then just link to it.
Yeah.
And if you're artistic in the linking, nobody will even know. You just go through a door or even in outdoor scenes. There is so many solutions for outdoor scenes that you sort of behind the bush and that's another level and so on. So a whole multitude of things like that. But I think please do enjoy.
Like classic film cutting techniques is you walk in one door, you walk through the door and then you pop out somewhere different. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
So there you go. I sort of am just loading more and more of these lovely props and assets here.
Yeah.
But you get, I think, the picture that just, you can make a whole environment like out of one of those, and just make a whole scene between you jump and you put some dangerous lava or something and you jump across and there is your level, or you pick and again the sort of multi-layered thing, and you can play like architectural modularity with the small and the large. So there is a lovely range of use of these things. You can do a very sort of simple environment. You can do, and there is more and more like pictures and stuff to decorate your interiors. If you have pictures like that, we get the light again. Place them.
Yeah, because you want to light up the picture.
Yeah, you want to see it.
Otherwise. Picture of a dark wall. That's beautiful.
So there you go. I definitely think people will. There are nice ones here as well. She sort of made this from, if you remember when we were exploring her scene as well. You had these dangly cool lanterns. There is also decorations like that you can place and snap on the and make your own patterns. If you turn the surface snapping on, where is it? The surface snapping lives. Where does it live here?
Where are we at?
Is it not in the?
Or maybe it's already got. Because the surface snapping is when you're within the tool, or at least see, you can again, like I find these really cool. Just using them.
Markings.
And making some markings on the floors and the walls. You can use them to make a path, secret path.
There's so much flora and fauna.
Yeah.
Well, flora, less fauna.
And also in the collection is Lisa, who's looking after our audio today, how we sound. It's her first piece of music in the game, which is Ancient Times music we were jamming out to earlier.
And I placed
popped that in there. So big, well done, Lisa, for the first thing in there. Well
it's a gorgeous piece that really is.
You can hear it too if we turn this up just a little bit.
It is awesome.
It's brilliant. I love it, and it has an authentic. Lisa was responding to the graphics, and then it has a sort of timeless standalone vibe that when you can place it in a multitude of styles of environments, and gives it a lot of great.
It just gives it personality immediately and atmosphere and feeling, which is so cool. I'm so excited to see all of the games that people come up with, or the stories they want to tell with this, because it's got a real nice feeling about sort of storytelling. It's ready set up if you wanted to create a scene and act stuff out. Yeah.
I
really
imagine
cool.
we'll see them as soon as Friday. Because obviously the update will be available on Thursday.
How many do you think we'll have by the next stream?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, we're just gonna.
Yeah.
We should probably.
Bets are on.
It'll probably be available by the time we stream on Thursday.
Oh, really?
I assume so, because that's
Oh,
the end
wow.
of the day. And that's our community creation stream.
Yeah.
If not, I imagine next Thursday, the stream could be full of
So what I was
ancient
going to
times.
say, at the end of the stream next Thursday, do you think you should be looking to see?
We should
if
have a
there's
look, see
anything
what's
out there?
been going on.
I mean, that could go quite wrong.
That could,
It could go very
we
right.
never know what might happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
What cheeky.
we spilled the beans on our next community jam theme as
Oh,
well.
did you?
Today, which will be ancient times themed.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So starting next
Yeah.
Tuesday, because today's the last week of the Pirate Jam. No, the Wild West Jam.
Yeah.
So next Tuesday you'll be able to take part in the Ancient Times Jam. Use this collection to create your stuff or create your own. Ancient Times can mean all sorts. Dinosaurs.
Yeah,
I imagine someone will want to make those dinosaur bones into an actual dinosaur.
Yeah. That would be fun.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah.
So it'll be exciting to see what happens there. So I can imagine the Dreamiverse is going to look. I love it. I love the community jams. They make the Dreamiverse look so different.
It's amazing,
every
isn't it?
couple of weeks.
Well, I was going to say as well, it's because it's the last chance to play the Pirates, isn't it?
Yes.
So to get in there, vote on the Pirates. And you can vote as many or as few times on any of the 5 things that you get presented. But I've been going through the pirate stuff, and there's loads of fun stuff. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Just the variety and the scope and the humour. So much fun.
I love the community's sense of humour. Everyone shares the same. You're all very good.
All very naughty, which is why I like them.
Yeah, they're all brilliant. So all of this will be available from Thursday.
Yeah.
As part of our first big update to Dreams. You're adding some trees in. No.
There's some of those. I'm just playing with the snow elements as well. It's mind blowing how exciting these assets are. I just love using them. And again, hats off to Maya's great work.
Yeah.
They are also my favorite in terms of they are not shying at all away from the handmade, very stylized and painterly use. You see the use of the strokes to create snow. It's not trying to hide from what they are as well. It's very nice, inspiring use of the Dream Suite. I'd love you to go in those assets and look at them and see, how Maya put together some of them, because they are each one of them is a nice insight as well into the combinations of finishes and materials that she used to make these lovely props.
So I'm super excited for this to come out because I'm not actually the world's greatest creator. So this is about, I feel like this is going to build my confidence alongside with the creative inquest.
Brilliant.
It will build my confidence. And
absolutely,
and it's little steps.
You've always said that. I think like one of the brilliant, because actually it is to assemble scenes like that and to make assembling of environments nice is not something we can take for granted. Like if you go in traditional 3D software and just take a nice object and copy it like hundreds of times like we always do here, it can't take it. Like I think Dream is so assembly, interestingly, is not only cool for breaking the ice for creativity. It's actually a real testament to the tool, because see, like just moving things around, copying is instantaneous and just so it takes a lot of the pain out of the process, and all you really need to think about is, where do I want to put that tree? I want to try it over there. Fine, that's it. And then you get your little character and explore and see what that space looks like.
It's kind of like sketching in 3D, which is what's really cool. And you can just kind of put it down, think yes, no, turn it off, It's really good. Yeah, I'm actually gonna sit down and make a proper scene, complete my creative.
Your own
quest.
ancient times. The
Yeah,
Giger
yeah.
pit looks mental. I need this. What?
Yeah, it is pretty impressive. It's kind of almost looks like some kind of alien life form.
Yeah.
Just or like a coral that has grown
Yeah.
up out of the ground.
It needs some lights inside it.
Some lights.
Or yeah, because I think it's made out of this translucent material.
Oh yeah.
So it makes the lights
Oh,
Make
cool.
it glow.
come through. Can take one of Maya's already existing. Take the head, and then we glow that. Sort of.
Yeah, I hope in a future update for What's New, we'll be able to feature a load of the community things that community members have made
Oh, that'd be
with
a cool
like
idea.
the art kit or with the creative quests, and
Yeah.
just to say, hey, look, here's some stuff that some of the people have made. So I think that would be really cool. Yeah, I think it would be really nice to see what everyone's made.
Yeah, it's amazing fun to play with this kit. Hope to see your work soon. And I don't know. Shall I do more or shall we?
I think that's good. I think you're good there. If
Yeah,
that's all right.
yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
Cool.
Oh, have
It's
you got something
pretty
else you want to
awesome.
add? Is there one thing?
Yeah.
You have that one more thing on your face.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You've got that one more thing.
Yeah. There's always one more thing. It's. What shall we pick? Help me.
What do we want? What's your favorite piece of the collection?
I think I use the ones that I personally like for making spaces and stuff, the landscape ones and these guys here. But from the intimate interior designy ones, did we get the sword? The sword is pretty cool.
Yeah, the sword is cool.
yeah.
Did we get the sword?
I think maybe you put the sword, but I mean, you can put another
Yeah.
sword. So you can never have too many swords.
What else What else?
I like these signs.
These signs.
Yeah, they're
good.
cool.
They're really, really cool.
There we go. So that is the name of this place.
Oh, nice.
Do you know what it's called?
Only Maya knows.
Okay.
So, you know, Maya might have just created her own symbolism. Take this piece. See, even that
Oh wow!
sort of
Yeah,
sort
that's
of-
crazy.
That works.
works, and then the same. And here we go.
Brilliant. Amazing.
Amazing.
And then you can obviously play that with your character and.
We're at the snow side.
Oh, yeah.
Come through to the sunny side.
Look at
Oh
what-
wow! Look at your
That looks amazing.
dinosaurs, like bonkers. Yeah.
It's just really within these assets is so much range of styles that you can. There's the sword we had, and we'll turn around and face.
Ta-da!
There it is.
Oh, it's so cool.
Good work, Kareem.
Yeah.
Well done.
Excellent.
Cool, but-
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. That's amazing. So that is the collection that's part of the update that's releasing on Thursday, the 6th of June. Yes, that's right. I had to look at my calendar on my laptop then.
Yeah.
Which will be when we stream again. We'll be doing our next community creation stream. So a quick rundown of what's new. That is obviously a big part of it. We have the What's New section there, which gives you a rundown. We have a new game in there called Combo Crush, which I'm still reeling from my performance.
Yes,
That was great.
It wasn't bad.
It was really good. Really good.
I
Really
was
good.
very
impressed.
impressed.
Thank
I
you.
was
Thank you.
I only
Thank
got
you.
about
Thank
10
you.
coins.
A bunch of new imps to unlock through a load of creative imp quests. The ability to re-experience the intro to Dreams, going through selecting all the pages, and a bunch of bug fixes and improvements. And that'll be out on Thursday. There'll be a slight bit of server maintenance while we get it all ready, so you won't be able to connect to online to Dreams during then, and then you'll need to download the patch in order to connect again. Just keep an eye on our social pages for those timings and that information. And yeah, that's Thursday. That's very exciting. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys for... Emily, did you enjoy your first stream?
I did. I was a little bit nervous, but
You did good.
it's all good.
You look fantastic.
Yeah.
Chat says hello. Chat big hello to you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, chat.
And we're back on Thursday for our community creation stream. So bye everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.